Thanks for clicking on the video. I'm Ceymone, and I'm going to be walking you through almost every change coming in Year 7, Season 2 of Rainbow Six Siege. Operation Vector Glare is shaping up to be a season akin to Operation Health, focused on bringing in new and returning players, as well as strengthening the foundation of the game. It's no surprise a season like that is coming with some major additions to the game, including an impressive support attacker. This video has visual aids, but is largely designed to be listenable, so feel free to put me in your pocket while you go on about your life things. And feel free to check out the chapters or timestamps in the description if you're looking for something particular. Let's get started. The Siege team has largely remained on track for the Year 7 roadmap so far, but there has been one notable delay. The Singapore map that was slated for Season 3 has been pushed back to Season 4. This gives the team more time to ensure the map's quality and competitive integrity on release. Lore-wise, Vector Glare is beginning to introduce the squads of Rainbow Six proper, starting with Wolfguard led by Doc. These squads will serve as a narrative tool to tell stories of missions and the operators, but won't affect gameplay. So far in the animated trailer, we know that Wolfguard rescued a hostage that may have information on how Nighthaven was involved with the death of the zombie's former boss. Not everyone enjoys lore, but I for one like the shift back to mission-oriented storytelling. Neon Matumbo, otherwise known as Sens, is a 1-speed 3-armor attacker from Belgium. They are Siege's first non-binary operator, which is another big win for representation. This means I'll be referring to Sens with they-them pronouns, and everyone should make the effort to do so as well. Sens will be joining the Wolfguard squad, which is one of these narrative teams, composed of several operators including Montaigne and Thunderbird, led by Doc. Wolfguard and Sens share a common goal, which is minimizing casualties without compromising objectives. As we'll see, Sens' role as a support attacker and their gadget will lend to this theme. Sens Gadget is known as the ROU, or Rolling Obstructive Utility, projector system. It is a gadget that can be leveraged by the whole team with effective communication. The ROU is a throwable wheel that rolls along, leaving projectors that emit a wall of light in its wake. This screen can be used to block the sight line of operators, but will not block anything else, including gadgets that use line of sight, such as proximity alarms. The wheel drops about 10 projectors that are about 1 meter wide, for a total of 10 to 12 meters of coverage. The wheel will bounce off surfaces, including operators, which can be used to create unique patterns. The projectors are battery operated, and the first projector to deploy will be the first projector to die. The ROU takes about 5 seconds to fully deploy and stays completely intact for around 9 seconds. The ROU will give a warning beep about 2 seconds before the panels begin retracting, which takes about 4 seconds total. The light panels behave inconsistently when rolled under surfaces such as tables, so user beware. Sens starts the round with 3 ROUs. Glaz synergizes very well with Sens Gadget, as he is the only attacker who can see through the screen when he's using his thermal scope. This can be leveraged when the defense mistakenly believes the screen provides them free range of movement. Given the inherent powerful strength of being able to mold the environment's visibility, the ROU has several counters. Jaeger, Wamai, Aruni, and Barbed Wire all work as counters against the ROU's mechanical part, the wheel. Jaeger's ADS will destroy the wheel, whether it be rolling or thrown. Projectors that have already been dropped will be unaffected. Wamai's magnets will catch the wheel and set it on a new path, which can disrupt the flow of the attack strategy in chaotic ways. Aruni's Surya Gate will destroy the wheel if thrown through its lasers, but the wheel can still roll unimpeded under the gate. Barbed Wire will slow the wheel, giving it less space to drop projectors. Mute, Azami, and the Bulletproof Camera all play a part in disrupting the ROU's electronic part, the projectors. While Mute's jammers will not stop the wheel, since it's mechanical, they will prevent projectors from emitting the light panel. Azami's Kiba barriers can disrupt the wheel's path by preventing a projector from being dropped. If the wheel is rolled over a barrier and the barrier is broken, the projector is also destroyed. The Bulletproof Camera's EMP dart can disable a single panel of the ROU screen. These methods can provide gaps in the screen that can be leveraged to make a play or to entirely disrupt the attack's plan. Bulletproof Cameras, Maestro, and Warden all provide counters to the sight blocking capabilities of the ROU. Since they are thermal cameras, both the Bulletproof camera and Maestro's Evil Eye can see through the screen with ease. I tried to destroy the wheel with the Evil Eye's laser, but was unable to, but whether it's impossible or simply too quick, I'm not sure. Finally, Warden can see through the screen as long as his gadget is active and he is staying still. These counters are numerous when compared to only Glaz as a synergy on attack, so it's imperative that Sens carefully choose when and where the ROU can be used effectively, otherwise they may end up being more of a detriment. Last but not least, the ROU is not impervious to destruction. The wheel can be destroyed by bullets or explosives, and the projectors are bulletproof but can be destroyed with explosives. All in all, I think Sens Gadget opens up many unique strategies for the attack and can be used to cover more ground than smoke grenades. However, gathering intel on possible thermal cameras or Warden's presence is critical before deploying the screen. Sens Loadout leads me to describe them as a one-person army. For primary weapon options, Sens has access to a brand new assault rifle, the POF-9, or the 417 marksman rifle, currently available to Twitch and Lion. The POF-9 boasts a 51-round magazine and is comparable to Jaeger's carbine, with the same rate of fire at 740 RPM, a little less punch at 35 damage, 3 less than the carbine, but nearly twice the number of bullets. Its recoil is a little bouncy, but certainly not unmanageable. As far as these primaries go, the POF-9 is a reliable option, and the 417 is a very powerful option. Regarding secondary options, Sens can choose between the SDP 9mm handgun, which is available to Mozzie and soon Gridlock once again, or the infamous hand cannon, the Gon 6. Sens can either bring 2 hard breach charges or 2 claymores. Sens' official roles include covering fire, area denial, and crowd control. Their armor, speed rating, and gadgets suit them well in a hard support role, and I find it likely that they will be a frequent planter. Controlling the ROU's path in the way that you want it to go takes a little practice and creativity, but the power that comes with controlling lines of sight is very much worth the effort. While I don't think I'll be playing them too often, given my usual playstyle, I look forward to seeing how they play out in Ranked in particular. Given the increasing frustrations in Demon Vale, the community asked for and expected a nerf to LMGs and Finka. The Siege team acknowledged their intent to nerf Finka and LMGs, but those adjustments won't be coming until Year 7 Season 3. Changes that widespread must go through rigorous thought so that the changes do not cause catastrophic balancing ripples. It is disappointing, however, to not see any nerfs to these frustrating mechanics. I would personally rather those weapons be underpowered for a season than continue on their current trajectory for an entire season. But let's get into the changes that are coming in Vector Glare. Historically, there's only been 2 weapon slots for secondary weapons. This meant that when new weapons were given to operators, such as the Gon 6, it often meant that one secondary would need to be sacrificed. In Vector Glare, the dev team has added support for a 3rd secondary weapon slot. In doing so, they've restored all secondaries that were removed due to this limitation. This includes Amaru's ITA-12S, Clash's P10C, Dokubi's C75 Auto, Finka's GSH-18, Gridlock's SDP 9mm, Cali's P22 Mark V, and Lion's P9. For Clash and Cali, this restores a handgun option for players who may not be comfortable with machine pistols or shotguns. Secondaries that were removed due to balancing, such as Mozzie's Super Shorty and Sledge's SMG-11, will not be restored. Glaz is getting a long-awaited buff to make him a viable sniper operator in a close-quarter game like Siege. While sniping can be viable for a chunk of the round on several maps, gunfights typically end up resorting to indoor skirmishes. To help Glaz players feel more versatile and comfortable, the Bearing 9 machine pistol has been added as a secondary weapon option to his kit. Glaz has also been changed from a 2-speed 2-armor operator to a 3-speed 1-armor operator, making him a little quicker than his sniper counterpart, Cali. Along with his Russian brother, Tachanka has also gained the Bearing 9 as a secondary option. As usual, if you found the information in this video useful, please like the video. If you enjoy Siege or Extraction content, consider subscribing to my channel. Vector Glare is introducing another all-new map to the game, but this one is a little different. Rather than going into the regular map pool, Close Quarter is the game's first dedicated team deathmatch map. Because it was designed specifically and only for TDM, the map is designed for movement rather than defense. There's a circular flow to the map and it is color-coded into quadrants so you can easily orient yourself. The map is highly destructible with see-through floors and is not as constrained as competitive maps. Its design is reminiscent of the 6 invitational stadium maps, and players on this map can expect to engage in gunfights quickly across many different types of lines of sight. In addition to the new map, Skyscraper will also be entering into the TDM map pool. One focus of Vector Glare is improving the experience for new or returning players. This season will introduce 2 major features to aid in this, a dedicated shooting range and in-game operator guides. The shooting range is a playable space that can be used to practice and learn every weapon in the Siege arsenal. Accessible from the learning area of the play menu, the shooting range gives players access to all operators regardless if they have them unlocked or not. This gives players a chance to see if a loadout meets their expectations, abilities, or playstyle before they commit to spending their renown or credits. There are 2 lanes so far in the shooting range. The first is a recoil lane, where you can measure the spread and kickback of weapons. You can control the distance or type of targets by interacting with the range board. The second lane is the damage lane, where you can see the damage dealt when hitting certain parts of the body from certain distances. I didn't actually notice the second lane when I played in the test server, but I look forward to checking it out on the live server. The shooting range allows you to easily change the weapon or operator you're practicing with by using the same keybind you'd use in TDM to switch your respawn operator or loadout. This option is a great alternative to training grounds if your goal is to practice or experiment with new weapons, attachment combinations, and recoil, as you can do so much quicker. Siege currently, including Sens, has 64 operators with unique loadouts, abilities, and specialized roles. On top of that, each operator has countless synergies with and counters against their utility. Learning all of those facets can take years at this point, which can be extremely overwhelming to new players, or even just players who took a break for a couple years. In Vector Glare, they've added operator guides to help bridge the gap of knowledge quickly. The guides are quick, written, and video tutorials that explain how to use an operator's unique ability or gadget, as well as general utility that is available to attackers like repelling or to defenders like reinforcements. These guides are available from the operator's menu, in the game menu, or the guide to the operator you're currently playing will appear if you navigate to the start menu during a match. Players who do not need these guides can turn them off so that there's no potential interference with your match. Throughout Demon Vale, a select number of streamers had access to additional privacy mode options aimed to prevent live stream sabotage or exploitation and harassment. Vector Glare will expand the access to these features to the public. The privacy mode features are split into some server-sided options, which affect what the people in your lobby will see, and client-sided options, which will affect what you or the audience of your stream will see. The server-sided options include the ability to appear as a nickname or to hide your avatar. The nickname is a temporary display name that can be changed at any time outside of a match. This can be used to prevent other players in your lobby recognizing the name of your main account, which could incite them to behave differently. These options generally prevent your identification during the game, allowing you to mask your identity without actually changing your account information. The client-sided options include appearing as you and renaming other players. The Appear as You option will replace your name with the word you, so your stream doesn't know the name of the account you're playing on. It will also hide any active nickname. Renaming other players will replace the names of everyone in the lobby with the NATO phonetic alphabet, so that your stream can't use the other players to gain context clues to your match. At the account level, you'll also be able to control who can send you friend requests. Later in the season, you'll have some control over how you appear in friend suggestions. These changes are not predicted to impact anti-cheat, although I do wonder how we will navigate manual reports if you can't know the person's true account name, although having the match ID is certainly a good step in the right direction. The first phase of the reputation system is also coming with this season and will be focused on reverse friendly fire. The system will work to detect abuse of friendly fire over several matches and will dole out penalties when regular abuse is detected. A player approaching a penalty will be given a warning and a chance to correct their path. If they persist, the penalty, of increasing severity, is applied. Part of this means that reverse friendly fire will extend across multiple matches instead of giving every player a clean slate or a free team kill with every game. This should reduce community frustrations, particularly in situations where you are in multiple matches with the same toxic team killers. Features of this phase will continue to roll out through the season, not just at launch, and the reputation system as a whole will continue to get features throughout the year. In Year 6 Season 3, the intensity of screen shake was reduced in general. In Vector Glare, players will be given more control over this mechanic. In the accessibility section of the menu, each player can set the intensity of screen shake to default, medium, or off. For some players, immersion is an important part of their gameplay and enjoyment. For others, the mechanic is only a source of frustration, and for some, it's a matter of motion sickness. With this accessibility setting, players will be able to adjust to their own comfort and needs. The ability for operators to move quickly and quietly by crouch walking has been a source of frustration for many players. The audio mix has been tweaked to make crouch walking louder to align the movement sound with comparable forms of walking. Operators who need to move stealthily will now be more inclined to use the intended slow walk keybind. Here's a video provided by Ubisoft detailing the difference in footstep volume. From what I can tell, you can start to hear the crouch walking Ash from nearly 20 meters in complete silence as opposed to the current 10 meters. Some more miscellaneous changes coming in Vector Glare include the ability to have tactical timeouts and custom matches, additional information on the Spectator HUD, and a revamped kill marker. To continue with the theme of gadgets matching team colors, Gridlock's Trax stingers will match the team color. This wasn't working during the test server, but the bug report is under investigation, so I hope it is resolved in this release. Vector Glare will also introduce improvements to match cancellation to improve the player experience and prevent abuse. They weren't clear exactly what changes were made, but I think that the cancellation may be cancelled in the event that the teammate returns in time. Finally, console got some love regarding match replay. Some general improvements are coming, as well as dedicated disk space. That brings us to the end of the major changes coming in Vector Glare. Comment down below what you're most looking forward to. Personally, I'm very happy to see the privacy mode options coming in, and I may even start streaming ranked thanks to the comfort it provides. Vector Glare will release on Tuesday, June 14th. Thank you for watching.